Leading up to Season 1 on December 4th, Call of Duty Raven just dropped a new dev talk in regards to Warzone. Let's check it out and see what they have to say. What's crazy, they didn't even put this on YouTube. It just got tweeted.
Hi everyone, my name is Pete Actipis, Game Director on Warzone here at Raven Software. Over the last few weeks, we've been collecting questions from our community, and I'm here to answer some of our biggest ones. All right, let's get right into it. First question. What are you changing on Haven's Hollow for launch? It's a great question. The reception at COD Next was really positive towards Haven's Hollow, but we're always looking to improve the player experience. So what we're doing is we're increasing the amount of players across all matches. For example, in quads, we're moving up to 52 players from what you might have seen at COD Next at 44 players. High Moon Studios has also reworked the center POI formerly known as Homestead. Now known as the Barn, this solves a few problems that we were experiencing during our playtests. There's been several long sight lines that have been resolved now with the new layout. We also have a lot more intentional rotations to and from this POI, and the center building has been reformatted to fix a lot more combat experiences, allowing for more dynamic and expressive play. You mentioned plans to shake up the meta. Can you be more specific?
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are committing to updating the meta more often than we ever have in the past. You know, the goal is to keep weapon diversity as interesting as possible.
That's what I like to
hear. We plan on
hear.
doing that by really focusing on attachments to make sure that they're both impactful and meaningful to the player. Now, we had mentioned that we're updating our technology in terms of being able to tune weapon attachments. And this is really important for us because now we're able to really go in and fine-tune specific problem cases. Instead of nerfing a weapon to the ground, we can be intentional with the changes that we need to make so we can keep the weapon's identity secure. Now, we have a blog coming in the next few days that will cover a lot more of our weapon philosophy, so tune into that. There's a lot of weapons in Warzone. How are you going to balance them all? Our focus is on the new weapons.
So before he answers this question, I do want to say that for a long time, and if you're a Warzone player, you know this, and if this is your first time and you're thinking about getting into Warzone, this is probably like a bad time, but an interesting time. The metas in the past couple of years rarely changed, and it kind of made the game stale. Hearing that they're trying or they're going to attempt to, you can only hope because we've heard it all before. So I'm hoping that whatever they're talking about here in Raven is that we're gonna get a little bit of tuning, like they said, as far as the guns and attachments. And I'm hoping that even when he's about to answer this question here, saying, how are you going to balance them all? There are so many weapons. I don't know what he's gonna say, but my thing is, and I know that this is probably difficult for them to do, they have guns going as far back as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That is literally 3 years ago. You have Modern Warfare 2 guns, Modern Warfare 3 guns, and Black Ops 6 guns with Black Ops 7 guns. That's too much. I want to hear what he has to say.
Introduced with Black Ops 7's launch and Season 1. You can always go back and play with old favorite blueprints you own. What are you doing with perks? Well, this year our goal was...
He didn't say nothing. Look at this. Hold on. He didn't say nothing.
How are you going to balance them all? Our focus is on the new weapons introduced with Black Ops 7.
So basically what he's saying, which is every year it's whatever is the newest title out. Those guns are meta. Those guns are what they're focused on. And yes, you can use older guns, but they're not going to be as good or strong. This is something we've known all the time. This is a waste of a question, or an answer rather, or both.
Launch and Season 1. You can always go back and play with old favorite blueprints you own. What are you doing with perks? Well, this year our goal was to really shake up the perk category so they can be really much more competitive for players.
Is that right?
We wanted players to really mix up how they use perks and get them out of their comfort zone. We've removed underutilized perks, we buffed up other perks.
Is that right?
And post-COD Next, we've taken feedback to heart and really buffing up other perks that we felt could use a little bit more love. For example, Survivor now is going to be able to protect you against one-shot headshots. We have a lot more to cover with perks, and we're going to be covering a lot more detail in our blog coming out right before Season 1.
I'm interested in reading that.
What are you changing with aim assist? We're working closely with Treyarch on adjusting aim assist across all ranges and a right stick aiming requirement that will lead to a more competitive and balanced experience.
So if you don't know this by now, Warzone and whatever studio's working on the title of the year for Call of Duty, they they really don't work together. So what I'm saying is that whatever you experience as far as movement, aim assist, guns, you name it, it doesn't normally translate well when it comes to whatever Warzone is doing. So seeing that they're going to be working with Treyarch, who is the studio working on Black Ops 7, you can only hope that they can come together, Raven and Treyarch, and be on the same page. So, whenever you're coming from multiplayer or zombies or whatever the case may be, you're accustomed to playing a certain way, and then you go to Warzone and it's totally different. You're like, oh my god, this is a totally different game. I always said like Warzone should be its own thing and have its own studio every year working on Warzone and have nothing to do with whatever title is out for Call of Duty. But I don't think that will ever change. So yeah,
These changes go live in Warzone with the launch of Season 1.
interesting.
You
Okay.
said buybacks are coming back. What other LTMs can we expect? Well, we want to leave some surprises for you, but for Season 1, we can talk about some of the weekend LTMs coming. Now, one experimental one that we're excited about is called Amped BR. And the idea here simply is increased health, because we really want to see how this
Okay.
changes the moment-to-moment combat. Now, we also have some other LTMs in store for Season 1. One that I will talk about is High Octane BR. This is pretty cool because players can start out with their loadouts. They're also able to access the buy station anywhere, at any time, with the press of a button. Is
Interesting.
open matchmaking coming to Warzone? Yes, open matchmaking is coming to Warzone
Ooh.
in Season 1.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. So I want to go back to something he said here with the LTM, right? Which is like the limited time events. And I want to go back. Where was it? So you said buybacks are coming back. What other LTMs can we expect? So when he was talking about high octane, my assumption is that kind of like the movement we're seeing now with the grappling hooks and wall jumping, that's going to be implemented in Warzone as a limited time event. And based on that data, they're gonna go ahead and see. And instead of just like forcing people to play it, it's like, oh, here's this like limited time event mode you can try. And based on that information, we'll see if we add it. That's what I'm getting from all this. So I'm just gonna let him say it again.
Buybacks are coming back. What other LTMs can we expect? Well, we want to leave some surprises for you, but for
That's
Season
my
1,
assumption.
we can talk about some of the weekend LTMs coming. Now, one experimental one that we're excited about is called Amped BR. And the idea here simply is increased health, because we really want to see how
So the
this
time to
changes
kill
the
won't be as
moment-to-moment
fast, I'm
combat.
assuming.
Now, we also have some other LTMs in store for Season 1. One that I will talk about is High Octane BR. This is pretty cool because players can start out with their loadouts. They're also able to access the buy.
So starting with your loadout, I don't like that. I feel like you should earn your loadout. And that's something that while playing, I know Battlefield is different, but playing Battlefield Red Sec, I like that you were able to get a particular gun, not your entire loadout. So let's say you had a loadout that had two primary weapons and all these perks and whatnot. I don't like that idea. I can understand some people enjoying that idea, just dropping with your loadout. I like to fight for the loadout, earn my way to getting the loadout. I don't like just dropping with it. I know that some people enjoy that because like boom, I just drop right in. I'm here to get massive kills. I'm going for 50 kills. I like working for the loadout, so I don't like that idea. And the whole thing about buy stations with the click of a button, I don't even know what that means. We'll find out, I guess, next week.
Station anywhere, at any time, with the press of a button. Is open matchmaking coming?
This I like. So the open matchmaking is eliminating skill-based matchmaking that they've said they've done in multiplayer on the Treyarch side. This is Raven talking. This is something we've been asking for a while. So basically, if you have one or two good games, what they've done in the past is that they'll throw you into a new game with the sweatiest of the sweatiest players. This eliminates that. And I think that's what people want, man. They just want to have fun. That's just at the end of the day, just want to have fun, bro. So I think this might be a good thing if it's true. I know they said it was true in multiplayer. Some people say there is still skill-based matchmaking. I don't know.
To Warzone. Yes, open matchmaking is coming to Warzone in Season 1. Are you adding any new movement mechanics to Warzone? Well, at COD Next, we showed that tac sprint is off by default. Now, if you're a type of player that really likes tac sprint, you can go with the sprinter perk and re-enable it that way.
Yeah.
What are you changing on Rebirth Island in Season 2? We've seen a lot of conversations about Rebirth Island
has
on
been
socials.
the same for so many years.
What we're happy to say is winter is coming.
Oh!
So Rebirth has been hit by a snowstorm. Not only that, but there is a new info strike.
Hold on. This is the first time we've gotten something like this. I love Rebirth Island, by the way. I wasn't a fan in the beginning. We're talking about back in like 2021. But I like that there's a change of scenery to Rebirth. I know people love Rebirth because it's like glorified TDM, Team Deathmatch, in a battle royale style where there's no gulag and it's just you come back or, you know, things of that nature. This is cool, man.
And re-enable it that way.
Hold on.
What are you changing on Rebirth Island in Season 2?
This is fire. So this is Season 2. This is not Season 1. Season 2 usually what happened in like January. I was hoping for something like this for the Christmas time because adding snow and give it like a festive kind of look with, you know, maybe at nighttime. I don't really like nighttime actually, but you know, with Christmas lights and, you know, snow and trees and, you know, things of that nature. But this is pretty cool. It shows that it can be done. It's just a lot of the good stuff is happening later on. It's not happening now, and that sucks.
A lot of conversations about Rebirth Island on socials, and what we're happy to say is winter.
This is cool, man. This is cool. I like this. I like this. This is cool. This is cool.
Is coming. So Rebirth has been hit by a snowstorm. Not only that, but there is a new info strike coming in Season 2.
Is that right? This is cool. I like that it's bright. That's the thing. Like, stop making the map so dark, man. One thing I loved about Battlefield Red Sec is that how bright and the colors and just how good it looks. It looks really good. They can do it, man. I believe in you guys. You can do it.
Also have some geo changes that are really going to help out with rotations and combat situations around the map. We have more info coming in the next coming weeks. On that note, I want to thank you for tuning in to this Dev Talk. Be on the lookout for our deep dive blogs and our Season 1 patch notes over the next coming weeks.
All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Dev Talk for Season 1 Warzone. Are you excited for Season 1? Are you looking forward to trying it out come December 4th? Let me know in the comments below. That's going to be it for me. Until next time, keep gaming. Peace.